Hello everyone, I am back. Of course, I'm William from Podcast 17. I'm back from my 4 or 5 week hiatus. Most of you know that I've been absent from the podcast for most of the summer, and for the last 4 weeks I've been really absent even from the YouTube channel because I had my wedding, I got married, and also my honeymoon. So this video is to sort of keep you guys updated on what happened. I'm not going to go into wedding details. In fact, if you want to see some photos from my wedding, because I know a lot of you are interested in that, or if you want to keep up to date, I guess the best thing to do would be to go to my Facebook. My Facebook that's Stephanie's Facebook. Where's mine? I don't know. It's William McMahon. If you just search William McMahon on here, WG McMahon, here we go. Facebook.com/WG McMahon. You can see like all my wedding photos and stuff. This is a good one. Oh, where is it? How the hell do you use Facebook? I hate this thing. There we go. This one. Hello. Okay, apparently it doesn't work. But these are some pretty good photos, and it was an overall fun day for everybody, including myself and Stephanie. So if you want to see stuff about the wedding, I'm not going to go into details about the wedding here. If you want to see stuff about the wedding, go there. Go to my Facebook, and you can get more information there. But what this video is to talk to you about my visit to Valve. I finally got to visit Valve. One of my biggest goals in my life is to go to Valve headquarters, visit them, and do a tour. And a couple weeks before our wedding, Stephanie and I basically decided that we were going to go to Seattle. We were going to take an Alaskan cruise up the Alaskan Inside Passage, and that cruise starts from Seattle. So since we were at Seattle, I said, hey, why don't we go to Bellevue, which is only really about 20 minutes away from Seattle. I'm opening it up on Google Maps here. Bellevue, Washington. Let's change the scene here. So basically, this is Seattle down here. Well, there's Bellevue here, and this is Seattle here. And most of the cruise ships leave from Alaskan Way, which is right here, and we actually stayed. Let me try to find the Edgewater. Here we go. I wonder if I could do this. We actually stayed at the Edgewater in Seattle. Yeah, here it is, the Edgewater. That's where we stayed. And most of the cruise ship docks are over to the north there. But as you can see, if we zoom out a little bit, Bellevue is just outside of Seattle. It's across, these two bridges here, and it's not a far drive. It was only about 20 minutes. And in Bellevue, on the corner of 110th and 4th, I think, is Valve headquarters. So we were able to go visit Valve. I scheduled an appointment with the people there, and I got some pictures. So let's go through some of the pictures. And before everybody starts complaining and saying that the pictures are like way too small, these photos are available on Imager. There's going to be an album. Check the description. You can see like the link to the Imager album. So I'm going to go through these. These are just me. I'm going to tell you the story of going to visit Valve, and I'm going to be showing you pictures and everything and everything that transpired. I highly suggest everybody does it. Seattle is a great place to visit. I mean, you can go to Pike Place Market and have a lot of fun in Pike Place Market. Just Google it if you don't know what it is. And then for an afternoon, you can go visit Valve, and it's so fun to do. It was definitely one of the highlights of my honeymoon. So this is us in the taxi cab. Like I said, I'm going to tell you a story. The taxi from Seattle to Bellevue was only about $30, so pretty cheap all in all. I don't think there's any other way to get out there. I don't think there's a link rail that runs through Seattle. It's like public transit, like a subway, but I don't think it takes you out to Bellevue. I could be wrong though. Anyway, we'll continue through here. So this is actually Bellevue from the taxi, from far away. Bellevue isn't actually that interesting. It's very businessy. It's a very business district, and yeah, there's not much to really do there. There's just a lot of high rises and stuff. Seattle is much more interesting, much more touristy. Actually, we told the taxi cab driver we were from Canada, and he said, "Why are you going to Bellevue?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to visit a company." He says, "Oh, that makes sense." All it is companies in Bellevue. This is the exit to Northeast 4th Street. That's one of the streets, the intersection that Skyline Towers is on, where Valve Corporation is. so I decided to take a picture there. And this was like crazy. Oh my god. So we pulled up to the tower, and Stephanie and I are, you know, paying the cab driver and stuff. And I look over to my left, and there's Chet, and there's Jay, and there's Eric, and this is actually Ashley from Hey Ash, What You Playing? She just recently joined Valve, and I was just dumbfounded. I looked out the window, I was like, holy shit. That's Chet and Eric and Jay, you know, the writers of Portal 2. And I was like, I don't know who that girl is, but we should go over there. So Stephanie and I quickly paid the cab driver. I don't even know how much money I gave him. And we ran up to these guys, and they were talking, assuming about important stuff, because they're important people. And I was like, I just wanted to say hi, I'm William from Podcast 17. And then Eric was like, yeah, I'm Eric Wolpaw. I was like, I know. And then I immediately recognized Ashley from Hey Ash, What You Playing? Because I knew she joined them. And we were just shooting shit. I just sort of stood there for about 10 minutes, and we were just talking. And actually, it was kind of funny because I was approaching them. And Jay was like, there's some guy approaching us. I could see it in their face, like they did not want to be talking to me, but I didn't care. And we just sort of talked, and Stephanie was like, hey, you're Hey Ash, What You Playing? And Stephanie was like, oh my god, I love your YouTube videos. And we were just talking shit, and Eric was like, oh, I've been to Windsor. Windsor is where I'm from. Actually, I'm in Windsor right now. Eric was like, I've been to Windsor. There's a lot of strip clubs there. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of strip clubs in Windsor. And I didn't have the foresight, because I was so dumbfounded. I didn't have the foresight to actually take a picture with them. I was just like starstruck, you know. I was like a little schoolgirl going to a Justin Bieber concert. It was ridiculous. So anyway, that's them there on the screen, just doing what they do, and that's work. So we went up. You're going to see pictures of us going up later, but we went up, and this is in the lobby. Stephanie just went on a rampage taking pictures of everything that was in the lobby. And I just sat with Mary, who's the secretary, one of the head secretaries there, and just sort of introduced myself. At this time, there was nobody there. Actually, I should say, we got there really early. We were supposed to be there for like a 3:30 tour. We got there at like 12 o'clock. So I felt kind of like a dick that we got there so early, but it was kind of good that we did, because I got to meet a whole bunch of people outside of the tour and everything. So Mary was sort of sending emails to people. We just sort of waited in the lobby, and they came and met us. So this is Stephanie taking pictures. This is one, you know, the head crab that hangs in the lobby there, or in the lobby. Below that is actually a map of Bellevue. There's some Portal stuff there, you know, the Portal warning signs, and some posters that you see in Old Aperture. This is one of the posters from Old Aperture. I mean, you guys should pretty much be familiar with this. If you want to read it, you could check out the Imager album. You could pretty much read it all there. This is part of their big mural, which I'm assuming a lot of you have already seen. You're going to see a lot of photos. It's more just me telling you the story. I really studied this a lot, and it's amazing how many games are actually in this mural. You can actually see a lot of them already here. There's the Valve Time, you know, the joke there. Steam, there's a grenade from Half-Life 2, a portal from Portal. This is one of the spores from Half-Life 2. This is Dog, Half-Life 2 logo, crowbar. This is like some pliers from the defusal kit in Counter-Strike, the shotgun. The revolver is here, Left 4 Dead logo. What else can I see here? Engineer. I think this is a medic, you know, the small medic vials. This is the poison sign from Half-Life 1. I don't know what this is. Is this a tram? Or like a cart? I don't know. I think this is a flashlight. What else? I think that about covers all of it in this photo. And then this is me standing in front of it, so you can really see all the detail in here. All the different logos, like there's the Soldier logo from TF2 and TFC. The Half-Life logo, bigger grenades. Day of Defeat is right here in between the V and the A of Valve. Sniper logo. Aperture, Scout logos over here. So, I mean, it's just filled with tons of stuff from the Valve franchise, and this is me standing in front of it. To give you a sense of location on how this all works, so behind the camera is like the elevators that you get off of, and then you get off the elevators, and then you get the main lobby, And then behind this mural is like a secondary lobby that you actually access when you do the tour. And then to the left here is Mary and the desk, the reception desk. And to the right is like the bathrooms and sort of like an offshoot, and some more stuff that you'll see in a second. And behind us, again, there's the elevators, and then behind the elevators is where they keep all their awards and their magazine covers. This is just another close-up of the mural. Me looking like a nerd. This is at the Valve, of course. You guys have all seen this before. This is the Valve that they brought in from their original offices. There's sort of a close-up of it. They've really redesigned the lobby a lot from what I've seen in videos. In fact, they took out the TF2 Sentry gun. That's not there anymore. Mary said that it was making way too much noise. They replaced it with a statue of Atlas, which you'll see in a second. And also, they've took down a lot of some of the murals up there and replaced them with a lot of Portal stuff. Portal is very prominent in Valve right now. There's Portal stuff everywhere. It's crazy, and you'd think it's their favorite game. More of the mural there. That's that Aperture logo, or Aperture poster that I was standing by. This is Atlas. This is where the TF2 Sentry used to be. So you can see it holding a... I think this was created by Weta, or who are the people? I don't know. You guys could probably know that. This is the crowbar. Yeah, there's a closer image here. That Sierra presented to them in 1998 for their release of Half-Life 1. It's a golden crowbar. There it is. Congratulations for raising the bar on action games, Half-Life Gold, November 1998, Sierra Studios. On the desk is a nice little plaster cast of a tank from Left 4 Dead, and they keep. It's cool too because we were there for a long time. Like I said, we got there at 12, and the tour was until 3:30. And it's nice to keep all like brand new gaming magazines and stuff on the counter, as well as behind the tank here. You can see the Sacrifice. If you haven't read that, they also had the Portal 2 one, the Portal book, and then they also had their own book, which is full of really random concept art. I should tell you about this now because I'm going to forget if I don't tell you now. In and around Valve and also during the tour, there's a lot of Portal concept art and Alien Swarm concept art that I've never seen before. That was in the book. Let me see if I can quickly... Hold on a second. I'll come back to these. Don't worry. Anyway, no, it's way too far. In the book, in the concept art book that I was leafing through, there's a picture of me leafing through it later. And when we were doing the tour of Valve, and they don't allow photos, so you're going to have to just trust me on this, there was a lot of Portal 2 concept in the hallways. If you remember from anything with Valve, they put things in the hallways that they want to work on or things that they're interested in. And there's a lot of Portal 2 concept art that I've never seen in the hallways. And I told Stephanie, you know, as we're going through these halls, you know, try to peek indoors and try to, you know, get a little bit more involved and see if you can see anything on whiteboards and stuff. And she did find a whiteboard that said the release schedule for a new Portal concept art book that's coming out. So I highly expect a lot of this concept art that we saw in Valve and that I was leafing through in the concept art book to be in a new concept art book that that Valve releases, primarily about Portal and some Alien Swarm stuff in there too. So you can look out for that. I'm sure that's coming. I'm 100% sure that's coming. So this is the desk. These are the custom-made PCs that I think fans have made and sent to Valve. Above that is a TV, and as people started showing up for the tour, they started really bugging Mary. I felt really bad for her. They really started like asking her and Joel about, you know, how do you get a job in the gaming industry and stuff. And they were trying to do their work. So they put on loop all the TF2 Meet the Shorts, or Meet the Team shorts on this TV, as well as some really early trailers that I've never seen before. Like I've never seen the Day of Defeat release trailer, like the Day of Defeat Source release trailer. That was kind of cool. The Left 4 Dead trailers, of course, I've seen, but it was almost like a step through a time machine watching some of these old trailers. There's more of the mural. This is the barnacle. This is right by Mary's desk. It's almost directly over Mary. It looks pretty awesome. This is me with Kuda. He's not very well known in Valve, but when we did our Gabe Newell interview, we also interviewed Kuda. He's part of he's one of the main mobile coders. And we talked to him about Steam for Mobile before they released Steam for Mobile, so that was really fun to do. It was finally nice to put a face to the name since we interviewed him way back when. Here's just sort of a close-up with me and Kuda. Valve owns all these floors of the Skyline Tower. Reception's on the 5th floor, but they also own 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. When we did the tour, we toured 4, 5, 6, 7. We didn't go up to 8 and 9. And it was interesting because we did the tour with Allison. Normally you do it with Mary or Joel. But we did the tour with Allison, and she's in charge of Steam, actually. She works. I don't think she's in charge. She's one of the managers there, and she was very lenient in letting us just sort of go where we wanted. She even let us enter a lot of the cabals, and cabals are sort of like big areas where people work together. We were able to just walk through them, poke our heads through, and I have to say we entered and looked into every single cabal on the 4th, 5th, and 7th level. And there was a lot of, in every single cabal, it was either Dota or TF2. That's all we saw, and a lot of the offices were open as well. So we saw a lot of inside people's offices. I mean, I was sort of surprised at how much we actually got to see. And another thing that we saw in the hallways were all the concept art or all the proof of concepts for Steam 10-foot UI. Which you guys saw afterwards in the Game Trailers TV special. If you remember, they did sort of like a pan of a wall, and there was all sorts of the concept art there for the 10-foot UI. We saw that, and it was really cool to see because there's like almost 100 photos of the 10-foot UI. It works. It works. Including sort of the movie distribution section and the music distribution section. We saw all of that. It was really, really cool. But what I wanted to say is we didn't get to the 8th or the 9th floor. And this is me with my conspiracy theorist hat. Allison said that it's under construction because they recently purchased it. And when we were on the 7th floor, we saw the stairs up to the 8th floor, and it does look under construction. Granted, it looks like it's... I don't know, it looks like there's construction work going on up there. But like I said, we didn't see any cabals for anything other than Dota and Team Fortress. So there's got to be something else somewhere that we didn't see. Maybe that's on the 8th or the 9th floor, I don't know. But we weren't allowed up there. So that's the story there. This is behind the elevators. This is sort of their awards wall. Just to give you some idea of where everything is. Some of the big stuff. These are their IGN awards across the bottom here. Their innovation awards are on the right here. They got tons of innovation awards. Can't remember what these are. These are all their VGAs right here. Stephanie took a whole bunch of pictures of them up close. So videogamer.com, GANG, I've never heard of them. That's just a Half-Life mural. These are all their VGAs that they've won. These are all their innovation awards. There's also their Develop magazine awards. So this is just sort of a close-up of one of them. Outstanding character performance presented to Wheatley. They got like an award for every single thing you can think of. Half-Life 2 Computer Game of the Year award. Portal 2 Original Music Composition. Outstanding Achievement in Original. Oh, that's the same one. And then facing that is their wall of magazines that they've been featured in. These aren't actually magazines, these are printed on like a wooden surface. So you can sort of tell here. So this is sort of an image of that. Some more of it. I know I'm going a little bit fast, but you can see these in full detail on the Imager album if you want. This is their G4 World Champion Award. Okay, so to the right of the lobby is sort of like a hallway where they have some more cool stuff and the bathrooms. This is the portal gun. Some combustible lemons. A medic. Stephanie took a lot of photos of medic stuff because she knows how much I like playing medic in TF2. So there's a medic there. This is me getting strangled by the barnacle. That's Stephanie kissing a companion cube. This wall here is really creepy. It looks light because my flash was on, but it's really dark, and the bathrooms are sort of on the right here, and it looks really ominous because all these sort of murals are in the dark. It's like a dark hallway, and the spy is there. It just looks creepy. There's a Saxton Hill photo. There's me in front of the medic. There's a sentry gun, just sort of chilling out. This is Joel. Picture of Joel. He works with Mary. There's a picture of me with Mary. So you can sort of see behind there. There's the barnacle. These are some of the offices behind there. The valve, and Joel working at his desk. Oh yeah, Stephanie went to the bathroom, and you guys are gonna laugh. She decided to take a picture of the bathroom stuff because she was so awed by it. All the crazy shit that they have in there in the women's bathroom. She probably wasn't allowed to do this, but she did it anyway. And sort of their toiletries. I don't know. This is me looking at the art book, and Mary was nice enough to give us a lot of swag. I came there with my old laptop bag that I've been using since my undergrad, and she replaced it for me because it was like falling apart. And I actually asked her if there's any places we could buy any laptop bags and stuff. So she just gave me a Portal one. Actually, let me go get it so you can see it. This is it. It's just a Portal book laptop bag, and pretty comfortable. It's one of those messenger bags that you slap across your shoulder. And this is me looking at the art book that I was talking to you about earlier. I mean, some of the stuff in here you've seen before, but there's a lot of Alien Swarm stuff. And over to the side here, Mary also gave us a box of Half-Life 2, and this is signed by Gabe Newell. In my move, I actually lost my box of Half-Life 2, so she replaced it for us, and it's signed by Gabe, which is really cool. And like I said, I showed up with my copy of Raising the Bar, and I wanted to get it signed by a whole bunch of people. Unfortunately, a lot of them weren't there at the time, so Mary said, "I'll just take it from you, and I'll mail it to you when everybody signed it." So it's still at Valve right now, and hopefully I get that soon and I can show it to everybody, but it's going to get signed by everybody. That's going to be an awesome copy of Raising the Bar. This is some of the Alien Swarm stuff that I've never seen before that I was talking about. I don't know, maybe it's out there. I have no idea. It's hard for me to keep up with everything, but some of that. This is me showing off my bag, which I just did for you guys. That's me with it on. And here's some people showing up for the tour back there. There's Stephanie with Atlas. She's trying to give him a high five, I think. There's me trying to grab the crowbar. Okay, so since we got there really, really early, like super early, we left for a little bit and decided to walk around Bellevue. There's not much in Bellevue. So Stephanie said, "Why don't we take a picture of you in front of Skyline Tower?" So we did that. And then that's the actual tower there. So Valve is on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th floor. So if you want, you could try to count it out. We really tried looking into the windows from the ground floor to see if there was anything, but we couldn't really see anything. And then when we were leaving, I saw Jay. Jay was just having a smoke, so I said, "Hey, I couldn't get a picture with you earlier. Can I get a picture with you now?" He said, "Yeah, no problem." So this is the corner of 110th and 4th, which is where Valve is. Valve is actually behind us. There's 110th. There's 4th. Actually, Bellevue is a pretty tech-centered city. So Microsoft has a headquarters in Bellevue. So there's Microsoft. We went inside there and did some stuff with Microsoft. Then there's a really cool sculpture garden. I'll go through these real quick, but it's right by Valve headquarters. It's something to do if you ever visit them. It's a cool sculpture garden. This is like some refracting light puzzle that we were using. Oh, and in the in City Hall there's a sculpture piece called "Fucking Space Egg Dude." We thought it was kind of funny. There's the fucking space egg dude. And then we went back to Valve for our tour. So Stephanie decided to take a picture of the elevator. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, and thinking of it, I really should have just hit 8 and 9 to see where it went, but I didn't. I really should have, just to see what happened. This is us looking through the concept art book again. Some more Portal stuff. So when we showed up again at 3 o'clock, Mary was like, "Oh, I have Mike Abrish can speak with you." So I talked to him about virtual reality stuff, and we had a really long, almost 15-minute conversation about virtual reality, sort of his work on Quake, what he thinks we need to do, in terms of virtual reality to make it better for this current century. And it got me thinking maybe I should have him on the podcast at one time. So we might be doing that. And then this is back at the hotel after the tour. Like I said, I couldn't take any photos during the tour, unfortunately. I can give you some information on what happened, though. We were going around. We started off on the main floor. There was about 30 of us. And we just sort of went and visited everything. It wasn't as lively as it usually is. There wasn't a lot of people there. Some of the highlights were, like I said, the 10-foot UI stuff. We saw a lot of Dota stuff because they were really gearing up for the International, which I think is going on soon, actually within a week. So they were really gearing up towards that. And we saw a whiteboard of player names and like what was done with the player names. And it makes sense now because we now know that Valve was working on a documentary featuring all the Dota 2 players. But yeah, they had the whiteboard up there with what statuses of those people were done and how much was accomplished in terms of their production. There was a whole bunch of new Dota swag that we saw. Actually, we saw a huge blow-up carrier. I'm not a huge Dota guy, so I'm not doing this justice. But who's the guy who does all the Steam store stuff? Anyway, he was there and he was asking us our opinion on which shirts we liked better, and he was showing off some of the new swag that you're going to be seeing in the Valve store once the International hits. So you can probably expect a blow-up carrier and some like blow-up swords and stuff. I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry. I wish I could have taken pictures, but I couldn't. We went to the cafeteria, and below the cafeteria, there's one of the employees at Valve. I can't remember her name, but she's obsessed with collecting old pinball machines and restoring them. So there's like 20 to 30 pinball machines just chilling below the cafeteria where people could play. We went into the TF2 Cabal where they were really trying to make the man versus machine stuff work out properly because they was having a lot of problems with the servers. Yeah, we went into the Steam Cabal, and we went into the Steam Core Cabal where they work on Steam. And I didn't know this, but Steam support is 100% in Valve, in Bellevue. So that's kind of cool, and they were all working and supporting and dealing with tickets in there, and it's cool to watch them. I saw one guy, their monitors are like fucking huge. They're like really, really big. There's one guy in the top left corner of the monitor is a Minecraft Let's Play. And then below that are like the Steam powered forums, and then across the middle was like a live Steam chat, and then they had their ticket application for all the Steam tickets. So he's watching Minecraft Let's Play and like browsing the forums and looking at the chat and then doing with his tickets all at once. It was so funny. And just sort of watching how these guys procrastinate and work at the same time. And what else? What else do we do? That's really about it. Nothing really crazy, to be honest. It was just fun to be there and to be in the light of Valve. So this was our swag. Like I said, she gave me the laptop bag. She gave me a gel skin for an iPad that I don't have. So if anybody wants to send me an iPad, feel free, and then I can use this gel skin. She gave us like a million of these things. I'm going to be putting them on like my car and random people's cars. The Half-Life 2 decals, the signed copy of Half-Life 2, and everybody who takes a tour gets like a little bag with some mugs in there. So we got 2 of these mugs, these Aperture signed mugs, which is good because Stephanie broke mine. So that's about it. I don't think there's anything else. No more pictures. So these photos will be up on the Imager album, and hopefully you guys enjoyed my little run through of what happened at Valve. And if you want to see more stuff with the wedding, feel free to friend me on Facebook. I'll friend you back. And yeah, we'll keep up to date with that. In terms of Podcast 17 stuff, I got a lot of stuff to do. Oh my god. God. I don't know, let's just look at my games list for a second. I got Man vs. Machine to do, Counter-Strike Go to do, Lost Under the Snow. These are all Let's Plays, by the way. Lost Under the Snow, Forestville, Bionic Predicament, and of course, I have to continue with the Tree event because Opposing Force, they're now on Opposing Force. So there's a lot of stuff to do right now for the YouTube channel, and also getting the episodes posted. Actually, the guys, they're on episode 202, and I've only posted 200, so I'm going to post 201 today, and hopefully I think 201 and 202. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get those done today as well. And I gotta do one. There's so much stuff that I still have to do, so I won't be returning to the podcast this weekend, but hopefully sometime mid-September. I don't know when, but now that I'm back home, I'll be much more involved, and you'll see me more on the YouTube channel. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient over these last 4 weeks, and I'll see you guys next time with some sort of Let's Play. I don't know. Bye bye.